What happened, Sneha? Sneha,
Ma'am, Aryan is saying that he can't see the presentation. Mohit is saying that he can see the presentation, like it's mess.
you go with your presentation, Sneha. That's my order. Okay?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Sneha, for helping me.
And more than 300.
Can you just show the pamphlet, Sneha, or otherwise I'll show from my side if it is difficult.
No, ma'am, I can show just a minute.
Just show the pamphlet.
It was literally working well.
Or don't do that. We will discuss this later. Later, Sneha, no issues. Never happen. Technical issues can happen. Jenny ma'am is with us.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
No worries. No worries. Tell me.
Okay. Okay. We'll begin with the program now. Sneha, can you uh, leave that pamphlet thing?
Ma'am, ma'am,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
just give me quickly just 2 minutes of time? I'll quickly set my internet connection and then we can get started. Is that all
Sure,
right?
ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Perfectly
Okay.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just two
Thank you.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Sneha, stop presenting. Sneha, just play the music.
Yes, ma'am. I think we are good to go. We can start.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay. Fine. Great. We'll start with the presentation. Okay, ma'am. Good evening, Father Rector, Father Principal, Father Vice Principal, and members of management. Our resource person for the day, Miss Jenny Asher, and her team, faculty and dear students. I, Arohi Anand, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Economics, welcome you all in the one-day webinar on the topic LinkedIn Basics. In our college, we have a tradition of invoking God's presence before any event. And for this, may I request Miss Ria Kumari, Student Placement Cell member, to lead us into prayer. Ria?
Thank you, ma'am. Students are requested to close their eyes. God, our Father, bless our dear and beautiful country. Make it prosperous. Bless all its people and give light and will all our leaders. Amen. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ria, for giving us such a soulful prayer. Few instructions for the students. Kindly do not unmute yourself during the session. If you have any questions, you can post that in the WhatsApp group. We will ask ma'am from the placement cell team members will ask that question. Thank you. Today we have with us Miss Jeni Asher. Miss Jeni has worked with Citibank. She's a postgraduate in business management from NMIMS. At present, she is working with IIDE as a strategic analyst. Ma'am, without taking much time, may I request you to kindly address the gathering?
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll just quickly switch on my cam. Just give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. Hi, everyone. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
ma'am.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Just give me one
Yeah.
second. Okay, ma'am, the chat is Arui, ma'am.
We'll work on that. Just give me 2 minutes, ma'am. I'll just work
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah. No worries. No worries.
Start with your presentation, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So guys, just one small tip before we start today. Okay, once we have the chat ongoing for us, I would, since I understand all of you are here, and if you unmute yourselves and you will talk to me, I won't be able to hear because I'll be hearing 2-3 voices. So once we have this chat open to all and we can chat with each other, I would recommend you all that whenever I ask you guys a question or I show you something which is relatable to you, please comment in the chat. Okay, so that way I'll know that you guys are understanding what I'm teaching you all, and also I'll be able to take in any kind of questions that you guys have. All right, so I'll just quickly go ahead and share my screen with you all. Give me 1 second. Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, perfect. I hope you guys can see my screen right now. Can any of the panel members can just confirm if everybody can see my screen?
Ma'am, your PPT is visible. You can go ahead.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So hi everyone, welcome to today's session on LinkedIn basics. I will be teaching you all in terms of what is LinkedIn, why is it important for you as a student, and how can you use it for your own personal branding. Okay. But before I start, you guys, let me just introduce myself. My name is Jeni Asher. I am a strategic marketing specialist at IIDE, which is the Indian Institute of Digital Education. I've been an ex-placements head for IID for a long period of time, wherein all the students that have come to IID to learn the course, I have placed them in various different brands and agencies. Prior to IID, I worked with Citibank with some very premium clients. And in terms of online teaching, I have trained more than 3,000 students and teachers included on various digital topics out there. Okay. So this is a short, brief description about me, but this session is not about me. This session is about you guys. So quickly, let's get started and answer the first question that I have for all of you is why LinkedIn? Okay. Now we understand LinkedIn is out there, but why LinkedIn? Why is LinkedIn so important to us as a student or probably as an individual? What is the value of LinkedIn? Correct. So the first most basic answer is one of the most trusted social platforms. Now, I'm pretty sure we all know what a Instagram is, what a Facebook is, or probably what is Pinterest, right? But LinkedIn is known as a social platform is because we all come together on LinkedIn to share our professional views and opinion. So basically, just as we have Instagram to share what we like in terms of food, share what we like in terms of color, clothes, travel, places, etc. LinkedIn is for those people who'd like to come together and share across views and ideas in terms of their work or the knowledge that they are gaining in their professional sector. And that is why it is one, and I can say the only most trusted social platform that is out there. All right. LinkedIn is very, very helpful in terms of that. You get to connect with people, you get to network with people, which is very essential. The second point that I have is that it's a brand building platform for individuals. All right. Now, by individuals, I mean that you and me, both of us, we require a certain set of a brand building on our part to either get a job, to get an opportunity, to get a network, to get something out of, how we portray ourselves, correct? That's why LinkedIn is very, very important because it helps you. Number one, it's your online presence on a professional network, right? That's why LinkedIn is important, because the way you portray yourself on an online portal, I can say, is your presence to that particular stranger who's looking up on you on LinkedIn, right? So you can build your brand on LinkedIn properly, and that will help you probably get a job, get opportunities to network with other kind of people, or usually get a work, or just, keep your presence online. So that's number two. Number three is it's a brand building and engagement platform for companies. Now, by brand building and engagement platforms for companies, I mean that right now, when you as a student go to apply to a particular company, we all go first to probably check out their website, right? If we don't like their website, we might not apply to them. And that's why we go ahead and we check them on the website. We check what the company is like. We check what the company does, all in all, correct? Similarly, now the trends have changed and we do the same thing but on LinkedIn. And that is why, as a LinkedIn, you need to go ahead and you need to have a page right there, correct? It's very, very essential. Let me quickly go ahead and check. Give me 1 second. All right, I think I've logged in from the wrong ID. Just allow me 1 second. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to figure out the ID. Okay, let me just try coming back from the correct ID. Guys, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back in a couple of seconds.
By the time when ma'am is coming back, what happened is ma'am has joined from another ID. That is why this issue appeared. So sorry for the inconvenience caused. I request rest of the students who are there with us, please inform the student body that kindly join MS Team with the formal ID which is created from the college. Please use that ID to join this MS Team platform. No, please don't use any other ID. Thank you. Just wait for 2 minutes, ma'am will be back. Hello, Jenny ma'am.
Yeah, I am back. Is this the correct ID that you were saying?
I'll just check in, ma'am. You go ahead with your presentation. I'll just check with Mukesh, sir.
All right, I need sharing access, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Mukesh, sir. Ma'am,
Yes,
you are
now
there.
a presenter.
I'll just quickly present. Okay,
Ma'am,
I
your
think,
PPT is
yeah.
good to go.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so guys, as I was saying, that the third reason is brand building and engagement platform, that is LinkedIn for companies. Because when you're a student, if you would like to apply somewhere, It is very essential that the company, what are the events, how the company is there, what is the company culture, has to be portrayed perfectly, right? So that's reason number 3. Coming to reason number 4 is plethora of networking and job opportunities. Okay. Now, job opportunities and networking is very, very important if you'd like to, have a job, or probably you're just talking to people around as such, right? So that is why this is very important that you understand that when you are on LinkedIn, you are showing a specific set of your personality to the audience that is out there, right? So that is why you need to understand that it's a plethora of networking and job opportunities. If you'd like to supposedly talk to a CEO of the company, HR of the company, or probably you would like to go ahead and check if if this company is worth going, you can talk to an employee of the company, right? LinkedIn has um, given that level of opportunities out, and that kind of connections is available for you as a person, right? So these are some of the few reasons why LinkedIn is very, very important. And that's why it brings me to my point. LinkedIn is a necessity. Okay, LinkedIn is very, very necessary for you. If you're finding a job, if you're trying to create a brand for yourself, if you're trying to probably just stay there as an online presence, right? Now, did you guys know that LinkedIn has more than 660 million members, all right? Which makes it the world's largest professional marketing network. 660 members is a lot of people, guys. I mean, it is a lot of people being active on LinkedIn, right? So in terms of Instagram, where I think there are a billion of people available on Instagram, LinkedIn is less crowded because that kind of people coming on LinkedIn is still growing. It has not reached its saturation where such a thing turns up. So that's why LinkedIn, as I can say, is the world's largest professional marketing network. Let me quickly change to my next slide. Just give me 1 second. So yeah, coming quickly to the next slide is that, did you guys know that understanding there are 660 million users out there, only 3 million people of those 660 million users are who share content on LinkedIn, okay? But the amount of impressions, and by impressions, I mean the amount of views that a person gets are 9 billion impressions, which is equivalent to 1% of monthly users who are posting content. But again, comparing, understand that there are 9 billion people seeing your content that you're posting on LinkedIn, which is a hell lot of number, because if you guys can see, only 3 million people are sharing. That's a very tiny amount of the number of active users on LinkedIn. But the amount of users that are able to see the content that is being posted is 9 billion impressions. So that is why it's very important, and you need to understand that there are a lot of people on LinkedIn that are seeing your content, and you making a presence for yourself on LinkedIn is very essential. Now, that brings me to my question. What makes LinkedIn so special, right? What is it about LinkedIn that it is so special? So number one, LinkedIn has successfully created a community, right? LinkedIn has created a community. Now, if you guys remember back in 2011 and Facebook had, in terms of their work or in terms of their interested industry, right? So that's point number one, guys. Coming to point number two, LinkedIn has a solid business model, okay? LinkedIn's business model is very, very strong. Now, by business model, I mean, how does LinkedIn generate revenue, right? For any brand, for any business to sustain, it is very, very, sorry. Okay. All right. So it is, like I was saying, guys, it is very, very important to have a solid business model, because if you don't sustain in the market, your company will go in losses and you might have to shut your company, correct? So that's why LinkedIn has a very solid business model. Now I'm going to explain how does it have a solid business model, all right? Just give me 1 second. I'll quickly change my slide. sorry, is somebody trying to say something? Because I'm facing a lot of connectivity issue. Okay.
Jenny ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, I'm just there. I'm just setting up my, just give me 1 second. My internet is a little fluctuating, so then you might not be able to
Okay.
see my
Okay.
slides. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay, all right. I think I'm back and my internet is working. Okay, yeah, perfect. So guys, as I was saying, LinkedIn has a very solid business model. Okay, what is this business model? Let me tell you. So the first thing in the business model is business solutions provided by LinkedIn. Now, when I say business solutions, what do I mean by business solutions? So number one, understanding business solution is LinkedIn provides you talent, that is hiring solution. So if you want certain employees in your organization, if you're looking out for employees in your organization, LinkedIn is right here with a business model which provides you talent solutions. Apart from that, LinkedIn also has a marketing business model wherein it provides you with marketing solutions, right? So supposedly you would like to market your brand, market your product. You have something known as LinkedIn ads through which you can market your product and services to your potential audience. So a lot of business solving solutions is what LinkedIn provides to its customers. Now, whether that customer is an individual or a brand, LinkedIn provides both kinds of ways, right? It bridges the gap between the demand and the supply for candidates that is out there. So even if you guys someday decide that today I would like to go ahead and find a job for myself, you will definitely go on LinkedIn and you will search for jobs or type in keywords related to your jobs, right? So that is the need that LinkedIn is providing as a solution. Coming to my second point is LinkedIn ads. Like I was saying, LinkedIn ads is a very, very important part of the entire marketing strategy that LinkedIn has. Um, Ads are a little expensive. They are very, very user friendly because if you'd like to market your products, just like we see ads on Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn also has the same modern applied as well, which you or as a brand can use to publicize its product and services, right? Moving on to the second kind that we have is a premium subscription. Okay. Now, as a LinkedIn business model, a premium subscription is very, very different than a regular subscription that you use on LinkedIn. So I'm not really sure if you guys are on LinkedIn, but if you guys are, you might have seen that besides certain names, there's a golden color eye that shows up, right? That is the premium version of LinkedIn being used by the said user. Now, since LinkedIn overall comes in a freemium model, it comes in a free plus a premium model. So a certain activities, certain tools are available for a regular user, but for others who would like to go ahead and take the premium subscription that is out there, for them, the premium model is available, right? So in premium model or premium subscription, what you get is additional tools of LinkedIn such as larger profile view, larger in-mail credits, you having more access to job opportunities than the regular community out there. So again, as the model goes, premium is also very helpful if you are somebody who would like to grow your business, who would like to look out for people in respective business areas or like to connect with them, right? Coming to my third point is LinkedIn has many useful tools. Okay, LinkedIn has a lot of useful tools that are out there. Um, in terms of number one being linked helper. Now on LinkedIn, what you do is you look out for connections, you look out for networking, right? And when you look out for people, if you come across a certain profile, you like that profile and you would like to connect with that particular person, you will add a note and probably send them a connection request, right? Similarly, for linked helper is a more automated version, as I can say. All right. In terms of automated version, linked helper is really easy because the machine does the entire job for you, and not you who has to sit for a longer period of hours to go ahead and send requests to a certain set of audience, right? Now, these tools and trips can be seen, as you can see on my slide. On the right hand side of the page, of the inner page that you're able to see, a screenshot of LinkedIn, there's a white color column with certain services available, right? That is linked helper. What does linked helper do? Is basically it automates your task of looking out for profiles, connecting to people, adding messages, and sending them a request. So you can auto visit profiles. So you can just set a target audience for linked helper, and you can go ahead, once your target audience is set very clearly, you can just go ahead and tell linked helper to, hey, listen, today go ahead and collect connections and send them an invitation. Or you can say that, message all of my first connections that I have this event coming up on this particular date. Or you can just send a request because you guys might be more concentrated on finding a job for yourselves. You can tell linked helper that, hey, go ahead and just find an HR manager of this particular company and send him or her a request, right? So it's a basic Chrome plugin. All you have to do is just add the extension in your Chrome web browser. Once you've done that properly, you can invite people to connect, you can auto visit profiles, you can endorse your contacts, or you can also message your first connections, right? So that's LinkedIn Helper, which is very easy. You can use it as an individual. It comes again in a freemium version with a 14-day trial, and the rest of the version is a premium version, right? Coming to the next tool that we have is Crystal Knows. Now, again, this is an added plugin for LinkedIn, where Crystal Knows, basically what it does is when you go to a LinkedIn profile, Crystal will help you the personality of that particular person. Okay, it will give you a tag of how the person is. So supposedly you're sending a LinkedIn connection request to a stranger, you can understand if you initiate a conversation on marketing, if you initiate a conversation on management, or you initiate a conversation on HR, this is how the person will respond to me. So once you know how to communicate with a person better, you will be able to get your point through, whether it is in terms of finding a job opportunity, connecting with the CEO of the company, or getting a job in that organization, right? So it helps you communicate better after getting insights and on the profile of the person that you are looking out with. So again, it's a Chrome extension. You can add it to your Chrome web browser, and you will be able to get a hang of how does the extension work. All right. Coming to the third tool that we have is eLink Pro. Again, if you are trying to make a presence for yourself that you are a student graduating from this particular college, and you would like HRs to know about you, to visit your profile and to check out what work you've done in terms of your academics, or what have you done in terms of your extracurriculars, you can use this tool as well, which is known as eLink Pro. It allows you to visit up to 800 profiles per day. It also helps to increase relevant connections. So basically, it's a mass tool. It's a tool that helps you mass awareness with certain profiles. So you can target HRs, you can make your profile in the way you want, and you can tell eLink that I want to target HRs and I want HRs to know who I am, what do I do, and how things are going further, right? So this is something, again, another tool that you can do. And these are live stats that we've come across, wherein out of 800 profiles, there is a chance that 5% people will visit you back and connect with you. So that's approximately 40 people that can do so, right? So it's very to use the tool first, understand how the tool works, and then use it properly, right? Coming to how will you make most of LinkedIn? Okay, so the first thing that you can do is an impressive profile for yourself, right? Now on LinkedIn, I have been saying to a lot of people that an impressive profile for you is very needed. And when you're making a profile for yourself, you need to understand that the profile has to be in a certain set of way that when an HR is coming to your profile, the HR understands what you've done in terms of your experience, in terms of your education, in terms of your extracurriculars that you might be doing in your college festivals or in your college curriculars, right? So that is why I say a very impressive profile is needed. I'm going to show you tips and tricks on how to create an all-star profile on LinkedIn, but you guys will have to stay with me for that. The second important, can I just request all panelists to kindly mute themselves, please?
Ma'am, all of us are muted.
Okay, I was able to hear some phone notifications.
Okay. Okay. You can go ahead, ma'am.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. You can go ahead,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, perfect. Oh, somebody accidentally muted me. All right, no worries. So, guys, as I was saying, the second way in which you can make the most of LinkedIn is by posting relevant content. Okay, so if you are a student of BCom, BMS, or management studies or XYZ stream, you need to post content which is relevant to you as an individual. Okay, so if my name is Jenny and I'm into marketing, I will be posting more of content related to marketing and not related to HR, right? Why? Because when you post relevant content related to your field of knowledge, your post is confident, you know what you're speaking of, and you can begin a discussion with another set of people that are out there, right? Which is very important on LinkedIn. So as a student, you can still post content in terms of what are the assignments you are doing in your college, what are the extracurriculars that you learn from your experiences if you go through something via debate teams, or if you have certain festivals and you're in the marketing or the hospitality department. Basically, that is kind of a work for you because you haven't started working, but still it's your education and your academics, right? So that's why posting relevant content is very, very important. Coming to third point is adding qualitative connections. Now, when I mean qualitative connections, it's very easy to understand that qualitative connections does not mean to just go ahead and add anyone to just increase your connection levels, right? That's not how it works. Qualitative connections is adding people to your field, right? To your level of interest, to your level of give me 1 second. Yeah, to your level of interest and knowledge that you have. So if you are somebody in the management section, that is something that you can go on. If you are somebody in the commerce section, that is something you guys can do. It depends on which field are you, and if once that is the case, once that is very clear that what are you doing, then you can accordingly go ahead and put up content related to that, right? So that's 3 points on how to go about it. Coming to the fourth point that we have. Okay. So coming to the fourth point that we have is an active LinkedIn company page. Now, this is not necessary just to a company, but it is also necessary to, as I can say, it is also very, very necessary for you as an individual to have an active LinkedIn company page. Okay, I've always been saying this to people at all points of time that whenever you are posting something on LinkedIn, keep posting it, keep posting more content, because when you are active and people know that you are there on LinkedIn, it becomes really helpful for you to network around and probably bag a job for yourself. So an active LinkedIn company page is very, very essential. Going to my fifth question, my fifth pointer that I have for you all is leveraging all the tools that apply to your business. So like I took the example of took the example of Linked Helper, E-Link, Lucia, that's again one of the tools. All of these tools can be gone ahead and used out for yourselves to probably reach out to a larger set of public, or to a stronger set of network, right? And last but not the least is ads on LinkedIn. Now, ads on LinkedIn, something is not related to you, but LinkedIn ads can be used for companies, or if someday you'd like to go ahead and start a company of your own, why not? You guys can always go ahead and use LinkedIn. For that, you will have to definitely learn LinkedIn ads, but it is a very efficient tool, I can say, in terms of that, right? um, Coming to my next set is how to build an all-star LinkedIn profile. Okay, now this is for every single student out there who'd like to go ahead and build an all-star profile for yourself. I would request you all to quickly grab a book and a pen for yourselves, so that we can go ahead and start this, because you'll have to make a certain set of notes to keep to make a nice profile for yourself. All right, so I'm going to give you all 2 minutes. Quickly go ahead and grab your pens and books, and then we can start the session. Two minutes, guys. Okay, quickly bring it. Right. Okay, 1 more minute, guys. Okay. I think I'm able to log in now. Yes.
Ma'am, we can hear you. Ma'am, we can hear you.
Yeah, just a second. I was just logging in from the meeting IDs that you put in. I'm just trying to figure that out. Okay, this is a separate application. Okay. Okay. Okay, perfect. Hi. Okay, I'm back. I'm back from the application. I'm so sorry. Okay, Arui ma'am, I request you to give me access once again, please, because I'm through the app, and I think now I can open your chat box as well.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Ma'am, you go ahead with your presentation. Students are ready with the copy and pen.
Yeah, perfect. Just allow me 1 second. I'm just trying to share it. Just give me 1 second. I'm not able to see the Google file that is open right now. Desktop, okay. Okay, are you able to see my screen right now? I hope you guys are. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Perfect. So guys, as I was saying, sorry about the technical issue, but it's just, I think I came through the browser, that's why. But now I'm through the app. So everyone in the audience come back, and we are going to talk about how to build an all-star LinkedIn profile for yourselves. Okay. So right now, all of you students, I believe you might be at the beginner strength that is out there, right? And as you can see on my slide right now, there are different kind of profile strengths available. So you start with a beginner. As and when you keep updating your details on LinkedIn, your strength increases. So from beginner, you move to an intermediate, to an advanced, to an expert, to an all-star profile. So until and unless, guys, you haven't reached an all-star profile, please make a note that you might have to go ahead and add something on your profile, because something might be missing. Once you've added everything that is possible on your LinkedIn profile, it becomes very, very easier to, gain an all-star profile as well, correct? So let's quickly go ahead and start with the first pointer that I have for you all is the professional profile photo. Now, please understand that you do not need to go ahead and do an entire professional photo shoot for this, but a decent picture with you smiling or giving a small smile will work wonders for yourself. But make sure that you have a profile picture for yourself, okay? Because if there is no profile picture, the views on your account or probably somebody viewing you for a job will be really, really less, and that will reduce your chances of getting a job even when you might get one, right? So that is why having a professional profile photo is very, very important. It ensures that you look lively, you look attractive, and you look inviting to the person who is in front of you, who might feel that your personality is something that can fit in the job very, very well. Okay. So that's point number one, guys. Please note having a professional profile photo. All right. Moving on to the second kind that we have is before moving on, like I said, these are examples of how your profile photo. So on Instagram and Facebook, you can keep anything, but on LinkedIn, it has to be professional, period. Okay. If it's not professional, guys, it will look really, really bad and reduce your chances of getting a job. Moving to the second part is your headline. Now by headline, I mean is this point right here, right below my name. I've taken an example of my LinkedIn profile for you all to make you guys understand better what I'm saying. So in this case, please understand that the name under my, the details that you're able to see under my name is your headline for the profile, okay? So in your headline, you should always put in keywords that are related to your job title, your industry, your location, and the expertise of the industry that you are in. All right. So supposedly, as you guys can see, since I'm a strategic marketing specialist at IIDE, I have mentioned my designation. I have mentioned a skill set that I excel at. I have mentioned from prior to this where I was working, and I have also mentioned the industry, or as I can say, in which particular field am I working currently or I am interested in, right? So it is very, very important to you for you to mention this, because understand, guys, if you comment at any point of time anywhere, if supposedly you're commenting on a friend's photo that, hey, congratulations, you got a job, your name not only shows up, but your headline also shows up with your name. So if I comment somewhere, the comment will state that Jeni, strategic marketing specialist at IID, commented this particular thing. So that's why it's very essential that you put up your headline very, very perfectly, because if you miss on that, it really does not help you if somebody is finding a job, because if you don't state what industry you are from, what field you are from, it might create an issue for you, right? So that's why that's the point number two. First is profile photo. Second is a headline. Very, very important. Point number three is the about section. All right. Now by about section right here, you can see I've put a screenshot of my about section for you. The about section is basically how you sell yourself. All right. Now the about section is very, very important, because this is the place where any stranger coming to your profile will understand who you are, where do you come from, and what are you looking for further, right? Now, in this case, it's very essential to understand that you have to put it up in a story. So supposedly you guys are currently in your first, second, or third years. You can talk about in school which subjects interested you, in your first and the second year of college which subjects interested you, currently what are you doing with the course that you are doing, in extracurriculars what are you interested in, and what do you look forward to as a fresher or as a student. So if you are a fresher, you can talk about how you would like to do probably an internship in a set field, or how you would like to go ahead and start something of your own, right? So if you guys can see here in my about section, you guys get to know where do I come from, what am I currently doing at IIDE, and what do I look forward to, right? So that's why your about section is very, very important, to make sure that all of the things and all of the details are specified very clearly. All right, it gives the stranger an idea to build a visual image of yourselves, of where you have come from, what are you doing currently, correct? Moving on to experience. Now, I believe some of you all here might not have any experience as such right now because you guys are still studying, but that's completely all right. Just because you do not have experience does not mean that you might be lacking somewhere. But I would definitely push that please do try internships, because when you have a certain set of internship experience as well, you guys can always come here updated on LinkedIn and it looks really good. Because for a prospective HR, when you guys go ahead to go find a job, for the HR, if you come with a certain set of internship experience, it's very, very important, and you have a higher chance of getting hired in that organization. So right here, you can see that I started as a junior associate corporate communications, but currently I'm as a strategic marketing specialist here. And I've been here for almost a year. So LinkedIn helps you to, even if supposedly your designation increases or you change companies, LinkedIn helps you to give an understanding of how or what were you doing in that company. Your designation is specified, right? Now, as you look a little bit down where I'm just moving my cursor right now, cards, Citibank India, right? Now, Citibank India, when you read that description, you come to know what am I doing, what was I doing probably in Citibank, and what I'm doing, which helps really when you are looking for a job and when an HR is looking at your profile. Because when that happens, guys, understand that the HR, once the HR is easily able to understand what you were doing in your past job or probably an internship, you have a higher chance of getting hired at that place if that's similar to what the HR is looking out for, right? So even though you guys are freshers, please try out internships, please try out volunteer experiences, and you guys can go ahead and upload it into your LinkedIn sections. Then we have is education. Now, in terms of education, guys, you need to upload everything what you've done during your academics or during your time in your college. Okay, I was in Mithibai College in Mumbai, and you guys can see that I've written very brief that I specialized in advertising and marketing, though I took just BCom, right? Why? Because when you specialize and you state that this is the subject that you specialize in, it's very, very important, and it creates a connect between your previous studies and which role are you looking out for. And it is very, very essential to register yourself. So any of you currently, you guys are in your current respective college, go on LinkedIn, update your college will have a page. You guys can tag your college right there, state what you are doing and when are you going to graduate, right? I've done that for Mithibai. I've done that for my master's, which I did from University of Mumbai, and my current education from NMI MS, right? So adding up education is very, very important, guys, because that states where you're coming from. And as a fresher, most important for you because you still don't have that kind of experience to portray, right? On to my next point is skills and expertise. Skills and expertise comprise of something that you excel at as an individual student or as an individual candidate. So if you are somebody who likes analytic, who's very good with numbers, you can state that you have a good set of analytical skills. If you are somebody who's pretty good in strategizing, in planning, you can state that you have a creative set of skills, right? But mentioning what kind of skills you have, what kind of expertise do you have is very, very essential, guys, because that will make you stand out from the rest of the crowd that is out there. So please make sure to figure out what is your skills, what do you expertise in, and add that to your LinkedIn network. It definitely helps when an HR is trying to make a decision. Number second, qualitative connections. I have been saying this again and again, guys. Just understand that if supposedly you are speaking English, but the audience speaks Spanish, and if you type anything and post it in English, will the Spanish audience be able to understand anything? Not at all, correct? Spanish audience will not be able to understand anything at all. Why? Because those guys are not from the same language background that English is from. It is similar here as well. Always add connections which are related to your field, to your point of knowledge. If I am a person in marketing and if I keep on adding connections which is of science, I am posting content about marketing, and the science kids or the science colleagues won't be able to understand what am I posting about, right? But if I add connections which are from marketing itself, they will react to my post. They will put up their opinions that, hey, I think this is how it should go, right? So that is why qualitative connections is very important, and that will set your LinkedIn game really, really different, right? Moving on to recommendations. So students right now, please understand that because you might after a certain set of years leave your college and graduate, you can always ask recommendations from your professors. If your professor is also on LinkedIn, please feel free to approach them and recommend them with ask them to recommend you with any skill set they believe is actually in you and might help you further. Recommendations are like testimonials, guys. They create and they build trust in a candidate. So when an HR is looking out at your profile, and if an HR sees a recommendation from a professor of your college, the HR might understand that this is a good student, somebody who is really, really, appreciative and should be hired for sure, right? So that's why recommendations are important. Coming to contact information. Now, it's not necessary that you guys go ahead and give out your contact number, that is your phone number as well. But you guys need to understand that at least the email ID that is there is necessary to be added. All right. Email ID is very, very necessary because it's okay if you don't give out your phone number, but give out an email ID, because what if an HR wants to get in touch with you? What if an HR wants to start a conversation with you to understand what fields are you interested in? If supposedly you're looking out for further studies, what if a certain type of counselor is interested to get to know you because you might be the correct fit for a college abroad, right? So that's why it's very necessary to understand, to put up your contact information, at least your email ID. If you guys go on LinkedIn and check out my about section, I have my email ID posted there. So it's essential, guys. I've also done that. Next point is certifications. Now, by certifications, I do not mean participation certifications, okay? By certifications, I mean certified for a certain level of skill set. So if you guys have participated in a festival, participated in something, that might not help you because it's just a participation certificate. But if you have learned a skill set somewhere, learned something in terms of a specialized skill, that is when you go ahead and you post up your certifications. Otherwise, participative is something that everybody does, guys. It's not something which is very, very different, right? So certifications you guys can add, but please add if it's a separate skill set that you guys are working on. Last but not the least, interest. Now, interest is very, very important, people, because all work and no play gets really boring, right? So that is why interest is very, very important to be displayed. You guys can feel free to go ahead and put up your interest, whether it's painting, whether it's extracurriculars, whether it's sports, whether it's playing, whatever, right? Whatever you would like to do, go ahead and definitely put up your interests on LinkedIn, because that really creates a distinguished, I can say, profile of yourself. Okay. Moving on to what is the successful content that you can post on LinkedIn. All right. The first one is content should not be sales oriented. Okay, content should never be sales oriented. Whether you are somebody who has a brand and is going on, or you are an individual putting something up, always put content which is thought provoking to you. Okay, which might make the user think, hey, this is something which is very insightful. I should read more about this, right? Because when you post content like that, it becomes very, very efficient, and your profile really gets a larger reach of audience to see. Okay. Number two is, this is for brand. So if someday you decide to start a brand, please understand that do not put up sales details, sales oriented content, and always promote the thought leadership of your organization. Okay. It is very, very important to promote what is the vision, what is the motto, what is the mission of your organization, right? That way, you might get certain set of people who might really like your organization or product or service that you're putting up. Next is new products, technologies, and initiatives. This is a small, I can say, section that I've added. If someday you guys go ahead and decide to make brands of your own, you can always put up new products, technologies, or any kind of events that or initiatives that your company is doing. It's very essential, because when you talk about this, uh, it reflects in a good way, as it increases the goodwill of the organization, basically, right? And last but not the least, events and team meetings. Now, events and team meetings are again a way of showcasing how good are things, or how is the work culture of the organization, which then creates a better image of your organization. Coming back to you, how you as a student can use LinkedIn for your personal branding. Okay, now you as a student for LinkedIn, what you can do. Point number one is optimize your profile. Now, the pointers that I showed you for your profile, which included having a headline, having an about section, having a profile photo, having adding up interests, skills, and expertise, you have to optimize your profile to that extent. Understand LinkedIn as a search engine, because when somebody is looking out for probably a BMS candidate, or a BCom graduate, or a BFM graduate, it should tag along, and it should come in your profile that, hey, you are somebody interested in that field, right? So optimizing your profile is a very, very important. If you don't optimize it properly, it might create a little bit of issue, right? um Connect with people related to your field. Like I said, qualitative connections. If the connections are not qualitative, it really creates a little bit of I can say not very much engagement on your profile. And LinkedIn's algorithm follows that if your profile gets a lot of engagement, it will then push your profile to more people. Post content related to work. I won't touch upon this again, but yeah, post content related to your work. Use the about section very well to sell yourself, because when somebody likes your about section, they will like your profile, and they will like you as a candidate. Initiate professional conversations. I do understand, I've come across many college kids who are shy to initiate conversations, but please don't be shy. This is a professional network. Talk about work, talk about things that interest you in terms of work, and initiate conversations with people you look up to. If you're confused about something, about what to choose beyond your graduation, go ahead, find people on LinkedIn and talk to them who are in your field of interest, and ask them how did they reach there. And I think most of people will be really glad to help you out, right? um, Add a note while sending a connection request. I always say this to all of my students. Please make sure you add a note while sending a connection request. Okay, you cannot be that you've just sent a connection request to a stranger just like that. You need to go ahead and add a note. You need to mention why are you connecting with a person. So the note does not have to be something which is very, very deep. You can just say that, hi, I hope you are doing well. I'd really like to join your professional network. Please do consider my request to connect with you. It is as simple as that, students. But add a note while you're sending a connection request. It increases your chances of the connection being complete. The person might be the person to respond to you, right? It increases the chances of that. um, Participate in groups. Now, LinkedIn has a lot of groups that are out there. Make sure that you participate in these groups. It's very, very essential. Because when you participate in groups, you exchange ideas, share content with your people, and that's how you get to know more people and network to a better group of audience, right? So that, and last but not the least, customize your feed. By meaning of customize your feed, I mean that follow people who are in your profile or whose profile you would like to see, right? So whenever you go on LinkedIn to anybody's profile as such, you will get a connect option and you will get a follow option. You can click on follow and choose to just follow that person end to end. And you can get their updates, see the content these guys are posting, and then share your content as well, right? So these were the 8 major points that you can use to use LinkedIn for your personal branding. Please remember, personal branding is very important, and that is how you create a distinctive image of yourself in a set of audience, as such as your colleagues or your friends or your other classmates that you have, right? um, as I was saying, guys, if you guys have removed any kind of Instagram stories, you guys can tag us. We are pretty active on Instagram. Yours IID's handle and yours my handle. Before I hand over the session to Arhuhi ma'am, I would like to really thank you all. You guys were an amazing audience to be so patient with me while there were a couple of technical glitches while I was presenting to you all. So thank you so much. We have a Instagram course coming up. If anybody would like to go ahead and learn Facebook ads or Instagram, my team will be putting up the link for the same. And we have a coupon code for you, wherein this course is something which is available for 1,000 rupees. But if you use the coupon code SXCPFP, this is the amount in which you will be getting the course for. So if you are interested into something like an Instagram or Facebook, please feel free to go ahead and enroll for the course. In terms of feedback, ROE ma'am, can I talk about the feedback certifications now or later?
Ma'am, we have few questions in the chat box. I request Vinita to start the question answer session for you, ma'am.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can I stop then sharing across my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Perfect. All right, please go ahead. Ask me your questions.
May I request Ms.
Thank you,
Vinita
ma'am.
Kumari, the student placement cell member, to start Q&A session?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we have some questions from student side.
Sure.
First question is, how they can build strong corporate connections on LinkedIn?
Okay,
First
how they
question,
can.
ma'am.
Okay, all right. So since you guys are in college right now, that is your advantage right here. So in terms, LinkedIn functions on a way that you get to know a certain person at the 20th level if you know people from 1 to 20. By that, I mean that if you are an individual person, you send a request to your friend sends a request to somebody else, that somebody else sends a request to somebody else. That way, if you grow your connection by connection, that is when you can build a larger healthy base. So right now, because you guys are number one in college, please send across LinkedIn connections to each other. When you do that, the connection of your friend can also be connected to you. That is the base to build a corporate connection. Once the base is ready, where you have a certain set of I can say friends in your LinkedIn section, then you guys can go ahead and start sending across connection requests to probably founders of the company or HR managers of the company, and that's how you build your corporate I can say connections. Understand that this is like a ladder. You first have to climb the first step, then you have to send a connection to the second person and they have to accept it, then a third, then a fourth, and that is how you make your corporate connection pool. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we have second question.
Sure.
That how can a company reach us by LinkedIn?
How can company reach you? Okay, that's a very good question. Now, understand students that, like I said, in order for a company to reach you on LinkedIn, your profile has to be optimized. If your profile is not optimized, it might be an issue where the company probably will not reach you. Now, when a company, supposedly, a person wants to hire HR managers, right? So the person will go in the search toolbar of LinkedIn and type in HR manager. Now, if in your profile, you as an individual, if you've mentioned that I am an HR manager or probably interested in being an HR manager, your profile will come up when that company is searching for HR's managers. And that is how they might come across you and, send you a request. But other way around, if that does not happen, please feel free to go ahead and add employees of the organization to your network. Because when you add employees, you initiate conversation with these HRs, you create a personality that, hey, this is somebody, and when there's a opportunity that arises, that particular company can reach out to you easily. Why? Because you are already in touch with them. So it's a two-way street. Either they can find you out if you mention the keywords properly in your LinkedIn profile, and if not, then you can go ahead and reach out to their employees.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we
No
have
worries.
one more question, ma'am. Is all the companies or all organization are using this to recruit the people?
I'm sorry, are all companies using LinkedIn to recruit people? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, understand LinkedIn is like your online resume, okay? Just as we all have a printed resume for us when we go to apply for a job, LinkedIn is an online resume right now. So if you are not available on LinkedIn, there is a higher chance you will not get selected in a company, because the first thing company does is check out your LinkedIn profile. They will see what have you done in your life, and then if they like your profile, they might give you a call for interview. So LinkedIn is just like a new normal, because if you don't have that, it might be a problem where that might come in between when you are um, I can say in terms of your selection or your preferences that go out. So definitely LinkedIn is very, very important.
Ma'am, one more question. As said by ma'am, drop a message to your connections whom you
Mhm.
are sending connection request. But in
Mhm.
LinkedIn, if you send a connection request, you can't send a message to anyone until and unless he or she has premium account. Then how to go ahead?
Correct. So that is when if the person has not accepted it. But if you notice, when you're actually going to connect with the person, when you click on connect, LinkedIn gives you a pop-up of add a note. That is where you enter your message, that you add a note and you put in your message, hi, I would like to join your professional network. Please do accept my request. So that way, even though the person has not accepted your request, probably, or it's in the pending state, you can still go ahead and you've sent your message that you had to from your end. So click on add a note and you will be able to type in a message.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And how can we get follow option on LinkedIn?
The follow option is right there on the profile. So below connect, you have a follow option as well. Also, in case if a user has more than 3,000 or 30,000 connections, LinkedIn automatically gives a follow option. So it is predefined by LinkedIn in the layout. You don't have to do anything. LinkedIn will give you the pop-up themselves to follow this particular person.
Okay, ma'am, we are going to have last question.
Sure.
Is the place matters from where you have done your academics or the skills will enough to build a strong profile?
No, honestly, it does not, but your skills matter. Okay. You can be from any college, from any location, that is fine. But if your skills are on point and whatever you say in your LinkedIn, you know that very well end to end, that is all that matters, because when an HR grabs you for an interview and you know your work, you know what you've learned from and what are you doing, your chances of getting hired are very, very high. But no, it does not only rely on the college or the location, it's your skills that matters.
Thank you, ma'am. This is all for question answer session.
No worries.
Thank you, Jeni ma'am, for the answer. Over to you, Ari ma'am.
Thank you, Vinita. May I request now Aditya Anthony, placement cell member, to propose vote of thanks.
Honorable Father Rector, Father Principal, Father Vice Principal, our professors, and all the participants. have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this very occasion. I, Aditya Anthony, on behalf of the Placement Cell of St. Xavier's College of Technology, Patna, and all the members, extend a very warm vote of thanks to our honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence and took out some valuable time out of their schedule. I must extend my deep appreciation to Ms. Jeni and the entire team of IIDE for such a fruitful and engaging session on LinkedIn basics. I also express gratitude to our rector, SJ, Father Dr. Tinish SJ, Vice Principal, Place Guide, Father Martin Post SJ, for providing us with encouragement and support throughout. I would also like the coordinators for their valuable presence. Successful one, person. Hence, I extend my thanks to all faculty members, and thanks to Mukesh sir and Ryan sir for the technical and Alex sir for the administrative support. Congratulate all the participants for their active participation in this very event. I would like to thank the placement team for organizing this webinar and hence making it a very successful one. Lastly, I would give patience making this even successful one with presence. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Xavier. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you everyone for joining us today in the evening. I hope so this webinar is very successful and this is very helpful for all the students who will be joining in the corporate world or in the field of academics because LinkedIn does play an important role as said by Jeni ma'am. So ma'am, thank you to you and to your team. A great thank you for joining us and helping us and providing us great information about LinkedIn Basic. Thank you ma'am. We'll be
Thank you
waiting
so
for you
much.
to listen soon from you once again.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you so much for all the audience here. You kids are awesome because you guys were so patient while there was certain technical issue. But then again, it was great to do a webinar for your college, ma'am, and for you all to just do it so perfectly and so well. So thank you so much. And I would really be honored if, I get to come back here again for another session.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. We will definitely do that. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for connecting with us. Thank you so
No
much.
worries. Thank you so much. Everybody have a safe time, stay safe and be healthy. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students. Thank you, faculty members. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Alexa, Syed sir, and everybody who contributed to make this webinar a successful one.